Well, we're just a couple of mess ups then, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus. Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing, so.
I have no clue what I'm
I thought
doing.
it was
Okay.
I'm Larry, this is Bob. We're from Music for Wheels, and we've got Chris with us today. Chris, tell us about your vehicle over there. What year is it? How long you had it? Any interesting driving experiences with it? Those kinds of questions.
Fair enough. I have a 1951 Hudson Super 6. It's the last year that they sold that particular model. It's from the step-down series that Hudson started in 1948 and continued to 1954. It's essentially the same thing as a Hornet, which is much more well known to the Cars movie. It has a 262 cubic inch displacement engine instead of the 308, and it's much more conservative on the trim. And that combination of factors is what really led me to import that thing. I bought it out of Redlands, California when I was living in Carlsbad, New Mexico. And then I brought it up here to, Richland, Washington. Stuck on
I'll
California.
edit that out.
Yeah, please do. So it's been all over. When I got it, it had the same paint job it does now, which is not great except from a distance. The 262 engine is a flathead inline six, and it was originally developed by Hudson Motor Corporation and then improved in 51 for better cooling. That was the same year they brought out the 308. 262 is not a stressed engine. Anyway, this is a very fun car to drive. It has an overdrive on it, which is itself kind of an unusual little feature of how it operates in conjunction with the 3-speed manual transmission. But the car can cruise along at 70 miles an hour with highway traffic without much of a problem. These cars don't get the respect they deserve. They really are driving cars. They're a lot of fun to take out. For crazy driving experience, when I first got this car, it was essentially in original condition, about 30,000 miles. The sway bar was worn out. The shocks were worn out. The engine actually was consuming some water. There's a head gasket leak, and it still drove really well, except for corners, which I almost ejected my buddy out the passenger door when I took a sharp turn to accelerate on the freeway.
So how long have you had the car, Chris?
I bought it as a midlife crisis car. I turned 40 years old, and I bought it. I've had it for 6 years.
6 years, okay. So you did some fix it up on it.
I have gone through it mechanically. So the engine, as I said, with the compromised head gasket, I had valve erosion. I had a little bit of cylinder scoring from a broken ring. So I rebuilt the engine the first year I had it. It broke my heart, but I took that engine in a pickup from Carlsbad, New Mexico to Roswell, New Mexico for a machinist that was very good. We rebuilt the engine, got it going. I swapped the Hudson rear end with another Hudson rear end. I went from a 455 rear end to 411. I went through all the overdrive components. I rewired the car. I got the old style wiring from Y&Z harnesses in California. Did that during the pandemic. The interior is original and needs some help. I haven't got to that yet. But I only do these things in small steps because I want to drive it. If I put it to the side for 5 or 10 years while I try to make it perfect, I wouldn't enjoy the car.
Any alien parts in there since you were down there?
Since I was in Roswell, I brought a dog up from Roswell, one of the shelters, and he's a little different. Now that car does go, so I don't know. There could be some special technology in that flathead.
Right. So other than attempting to eject your passenger, any other interesting driving experiences with?
The electrical issues caused me some issues. I was going to take it to a car show. I think it was in Roswell or Artesia, and I had to give up. That overdrive system, part of the way it works is when it switches into overdrive, it interrupts the ignition for just a moment, take tension off the transmission for it to slip in a gear. And when that doesn't work really well, it kills the ignition, kills the engine. And so I actually started to head out, and the car was dying on me. I've learned various ways to nurse that car when it had electrical problems or it had fuel problems. Any other issue, you learn a lot about how can I make it just go good enough to where I can get it back in my own driveway and fix the issue.
All right.
So I've had numerous of those, and I've addressed every one of them. That's why I'm not afraid to drive it, 30, 70, 100 miles with no issue. It's just a wonderful car.
Now, where do you live at?
Richland, Washington.
Oh, you're in Richland. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm familiar with that place.
Yeah.
I live there too.
It just is a great car in this area, especially.
Sorry, guys, I'm from Pasco.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, Chris. It's a beautiful classic car over there, so I'll get probably some more photos of it before I depart here today, and we'll let you know when we have this available on YouTube.
All right, I'm going to make a poster board that's a lot like that flyer I showed you.
Right. Just take a picture of that. And
just so people know what it is. Because they all say it's a Hornet. It's not. It's still one of the last of the Super 6s. It could be a Hornet, but why would I do that?
All right. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Yep.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.